Hello once again everybody, and oops, sorry, I'm in my settings window. Uh, and welcome to Kerbal Space Wednesdays. Normally in Kerbal Space program, the screw-ups usually don't start until you're at least on the launch pad. But anyways, let's go ahead and load up my our Kerbal Space Wednesdays file. And this is the first episode, but I already went ahead and made that file. And I've even got our first little mission planned out for us. The Kerbsat 1. Yeah. Currently a bug in version 0.18.1 is the launch tower is missing its texture. I don't necessarily know a fix for that. I mean, I'll look later on, but yeah. As you can see, I also have the latest and greatest version of MechJeb installed, and I'll be using the Ascent autopilot to get us into a nice stable orbit, just because that's very time consuming and I don't have a lot of patience. I actually did a design of this earlier, and I had the deluxe Delta canards. The basically it's the tail fin with the built-in control surface on it, and it didn't work out too well. It spun out of control, actually. So I'm hoping that since I removed those and replaced it with the four thrust vectoring engines, that it'll work really good and stuff like that. But anyways, so far, so what the heck's going on? Okay. We're gonna fix this before it gets bad. I obviously need an SAS of some kind. I don't know if I need an advanced SAS or just a regular SAS or what. We'll try it with just the regular SAS. I didn't want to put an SAS on here because I had read in the MechJeb forum that there might possibly be like MechJeb and the advanced SAS, they want to fight each other. So aerodynamic. You know what? Just to be safe, let's go ahead and put some canards on this. Or, well, no, maybe not the canards. Maybe just some winglets. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Winglets. There we go. Stupid. Yeah, there's a few bugs in 0.18.1. Go ahead and save this design and let's see how well it flies. Oh, edit happen. Right. Launch. The heck is on my finger? Oh. There we go. SAS on, yeah, just in case that helps any. I didn't want to risk the advanced SAS because I heard it's the advanced SAS that MechJeb likes to fight with. But anyways, hopefully we won't have any problems once we get into orbit. And then before I tested a similar design to a craft like this. There we go. There we go. Resist the ability to wobble. Or resist the urge, not the ability. But yeah, definitely don't wobble. Hmm. Oh boy, there's some scary sounds coming. I'll turn this up in case the microphone's not picking it up very well. Yeah, to me that sounds very scary. Very scary indeed. Oh god, I was worried about that gravity turn. I was afraid it was going to spin out of control. Oh yeah, and as you can see, between the probe and the rest of the rocket, I have a stage separator instead of a stage decoupler. I actually like those for launching probes and satellites and stuff like that because stage separators, they kind of rocket the pieces apart, so it gets rid of the need for separatrons. Although it gives you it increases the likelihood of you having catastrophic failure. But anyways, this is always the longest part of any launch, is just the launch. And oh yeah, one of my new favorite things about point 1.8 and above is your unmanned probes now have this little probe satellite icon instead of a command pod icon. Kind of wishing I had the ISA sat map, because that would be great. That would be just great for this thing. And it looks like it'll have enough fuel to circularize. Which is good news for us. It's very good news for us. But yeah, for those of you unfamiliar with Kerbal Space Program, it's pretty much just this little game where you control the space program of an alien race, and you build rockets, and now you can build probes and even space stations with the new docking system, and you launch them into space. After this oh, and they added a full soundtrack, so no longer do I have to scramble for music for free to use music that I can put in my YouTube videos, or at least for these. This is always the longest part, the waiting game. But yeah, darn it, lag, the lag, it's killing me. There we go. And then looks like I was right. Looks like we will have enough fuel to circularize our orbit. See, I was actually very worried about that. All right, now that that's done, we're going to fire our last stage. Or actually, really our only stage. And there we go. There's our ion engine at work. It's mostly for minor orbital adjustments, though they actually seem to be not so minor. Quick, let's throw this thing around retrograde and do a quick burn. Oh, right, action groups. I assigned everything on this to Group 1, and there we go. Kerbsat 1 is now fully functional. Although in hindsight, I probably should have planned the placement of those antenna a little better. But oh well. I just like watching the solar panels and stuff. I totally forgot that the communication stuff is, once it extends, it's permanently extended. And I know as the solar panels rotate, they're going to clip around each other. Right. Retro burn. Actually, I'll time accelerate until we I'll wait until we're back at our periapsis before we do this, because with ion engines it'll take a little while. Hey guys, and as you can see, well, that's great. That's another bug they've been having, is the unknown debris being marked as unknown, which is annoying, but oh well. And as you can see, we're swinging back around to our periapsis. Let's do a quick little time acceleration. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to lower our apoapsis, or sorry, I'm going to start using the more astronomically correct terms. Our apoche, which is the highest point in our orbit around Kerbin. An apoapsis is a generic term for the high point in your orbit. You can substitute the apsis with several other terms, all of which are synonymous. 74 by 77. That's good enough for me. And you know what? This is going to be our deep space communications satellite. So we are going to point it. We are going to orient it this way. Kind of wishing I'd put. And now it all makes sense. The antennas receive communications from the ground, and the dish blasts them into deep space. And there we go. Well, anyways, that's it. That's pretty much it for this mission. There we go. We got a nice view of the sun. Nice for the efficiency of our solar panels. We got a nice view of that. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this mission, and I will see you guys back at the launch pad. Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the launch pad, and as you can see, we're flying a very slightly modified version of the Kerbal X. This is actually, I have renamed it the Kerbal XI. But anyways, let's go ahead and hit that liftoff. Let's actually see if we can't watch this whole thing from the cockpit. Well, it's only slightly helping our frame rate. I did change some graphics settings though. I hate that unknown. It's really just moderately annoying. I mean, I'm actually not. It actually doesn't bother me that bad. I mean, we've got Bill, Bob, and Jebediah Kerman. We've got a nice view of the moon, actually. Oh yeah, and for those of you unfamiliar with this design, it's not my design. It's one of the stock designs that comes with the game. It uses asparagus staging, which is something I'm actually very unfamiliar with. I'm sure there's better videos out there that can better describe what asparagus staging is, but I'm not your guy for that. All I know is that it's apparently a very popular staging design, and it's great if you're using liquid rockets as boosters. And MechJeb actually flies this thing very well. I fly this design horribly. The way I fly it, it barely has enough fuel to make it to orbit. I mean, really, it's I guess it's not supposed. I mean, like, it can't even circularize its orbit the way I fly it. Of course, it does what it needs to do, and all I need it to do after we get it into orbit, which once we get it into orbit, that'll be where we that'll be our cutoff point for this video. Cause I'm trying not to make these like absurdly long. But anyways, that'll be our cutoff point for this video, and I'll try to get it to at the very least to the moon. I don't know if I'll be able to get it back from the moon, but at the very least, I will get it to the moon. Let's see how we're doing on our orbit. Oh, that's actually very good. Yeah, see, we're climbing right up there. We'll wind up having an equal orbital plane with our satellite, so I could have actually made it to where we could have had a rendezvous with the satellite. Maybe had Jeb hop out and do a little EVA near it. But there's our throttle kicking back if I open up the nav ball, which I don't have a maneuver node set to circularize the orbit because the ascent autopilot on MechJeb will do it for me. So, but you know, if I was using a smaller rocket, I would, or a rocket which had a more flyable design just for me. Nothing against this design. This is a very solid design. I am just not a very good pilot. That's why I've got the MechJeb. Ooh, that's some nice music. It's all epic and spacey. We're coasting to our apoapsis. Let's check out the view from inside the cabin here. Scenic. A lot of stars. Ah, Kerbin's on the other side. Let's cycle over to, I do believe this is Bob, and got a nice view of Kerbin's ocean. Actually, oceans. The way they read it, Kerbin now actually does technically have one ocean, more than one ocean. I mean, well, really, if you want to get technical, an ocean is just one large body on Earth. Excuse me. On Earth, we just divided them up to just for simplicity's sake. But you know, technically speaking, all of the major bodies of all of the significantly large bodies of water on any planet are interconnected. At least when you're talking about oceans. Ah, right, there we go. And there goes the lower stage along with its fairing, and oh my goodness, the lag. The lag. If the frame rate was bad in the earlier segment of the video, I do apologize. I was trying to run KSP on some higher settings, and I don't think I can do that. I know I was watching the preview, and the frame rate just did not look very good. Alright, well, here we go. We are in orbit, guys. And there's us pivoting around to view Kerbin. I'm going to turn the HUD back on now. I'm going to turn the Ascent autopilot off, drag the smartass over here, and set it to hold our prograde vector. And unfortunately, as a bit of an oversight to me on my part, we are kind of launching at a bit of a bad spot. Well, actually, no, not really. We've got the sun behind us. We'll catch plenty of sun before we enter our orbital sunset. Besides, as far as I know, the only thing that's actually going to consume power is our landing light. But anyways, yeah, let's have Jeb do a quick EVA. There he is. There's the little guy. There's the commander of the mission, Jebediah Kerbin, doing a quick EVA. Let's just head down the ladder. Yeah. I get that those are some actually very small solar panels, but I'll play around with them, see which ones are in like a better configuration. Alright, there he goes. He's letting go. And there you go, Jeb. You're in space. Ooh. Oh, and you're also wildly drifting away from your craft. Oh god. Oh god. I hate being on the dark side of a planet that has no freaking cities. I mean, it's just so black and ugly looking. I mean, like, no joke, I might as well be orbiting a black hole right now. You can't really, you just can't see anything. Alright, but anyways, let's have Jeb climb back into the pod now. And that's a lag increase too. There's the no, that's not what I meant. The Tellus LV, Tellus LV Bay Mobility Enhancer. I have no idea what the LV stands for. But yeah, do a quick check of the landing gear. Yep, landing gear extends and retracts properly, so that's a nice little quick diagnostic. All right, guys, you guys will probably have to sit in orbit for a few in-game days, waiting for proper alignment with the moon. Actually, no, you definitely will, because moon needs to be between here and here in relation to your ship. So, like, if we were here, the moon needs to be about here for us to have a good intercept. But, anyways, guys, until next Wednesday, this has been Kerbal Space Wednesdays with Sergeant K-Bar, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Terraria Thursdays.